Hello and welcome back to the Football Manager Save with Le Havre and the Word to Lead judges. He's done it again, and I guess you know the rest. Yes, I have taken about a month, I think, to get round to doing this. I am awful. I've said it probably about 4 times before, and I'm probably going to have to say it every time I come back. But nevertheless, we are here with our first venture into Europe, playing Victoria Plizen. Other than this one injury to Honzak, so there, but then we don't want here. Anyway, yeah, that works. We're going to be running with that team. It's looking pretty stacked, well, more in defence than anywhere else, but with our Kalulu, Fofana, Hughes and Jovanovic, everybody else been like 2.5 star and 3. So hopefully we can at least keep the goals out away from home. Kick open the European tour, if you will. Just in the meantime, obviously I left you after those 2 qualifying rounds. A very entertaining game against Strasbourg. Where Jamal Tiara's finishing was just on one. They were quality finishes, and then an absolute snooze fest against Lorient. So I said before I might try and get all 3. There we go. European group games in here, but it does depend if they're more like Strasbourg games or Lorient games. If they're 0-0 and tight, then we're probably more looking at all 3 games. But yeah, if they're all like Strasbourg, then maybe the first 2 will be enough. But we'll find out pretty soon as we head into this first one against Plizen. Anything else they're suggesting? Might bring Meras back in actually, yeah. And I didn't even look to change in the midfield, but I should probably do that. This how prepared I am. I've just literally gone to throw a heavily rotated side in. They want Van der Peer in there. Oh, Lacau, is he trustworthy? And they do want Van der Bay, so tempted to go with Matheus Fernandes, myself, and I will. And that I believe we're rocking that team. Or I might get back on the bench now for Embo. He was injured for a little bit. Anyone sat in the reserves, they should probably be on the bench. Not really. Yeah, we'll head into the first game now, and hopefully we don't take a loss in our first European game. We have a throw here with Maris. He tries to throw it long. Brereton does flick it long. It is loose in the box. I think we might have actually got a shot off there, and it was blocked from Tiara, but I'm not too sure. But nevertheless, the highlight continues. Do it through the middle now. Probably looked it at to a wing in a second. Probably the right hand side. Look how looking at. But that's an awful pass. And hopefully we can pick the ball up again. That's the end of the highlight. Ends on such an awful pass. Here now, we do start right with Hughes. We look out to a fullback. We look sort of going down Meras' side. Will he use the room to run into himself? He looks forward to Brereton now, moving centrally. I thought we might try and kick out to the right, but Maris does advance on the left as he loves to. Great cross to Tiara and what a header. Crossbar in, and we do have our first goal in Europe. And yeah, it was only going to be Jamal Tiara, our goal getter. I mean, it was well worked in the day. As I said, we thought about moving centrally. Well, we did move centrally. I thought we might open up and look out to the right then, but Maris does advance really well. A cracking cross and an even better header. Yeah, 1-0 right towards the end of the first half. Can't really complain. And that will be half time, so the stats are slightly in our favour in terms of possession, XG. Obviously, the shots are really similar, just the one more on target from the 6 shots from us. But yeah, good performance so far. Probably won't need to make any changes at half time. I think saying what I said at half time is that we've been well, but there's still room for improvement. Pretty accurate. And hopefully, all we do is hold on to this 1-0 lead. I'll take that, but if we can get even more goals, even better. So yeah, we'll see how the second half goes. Throwing here from Meras, safely back to Jovanovic. Just trying to keep a bit of possession here and keep it away from them. Our short interchanges are a lot better than when we try and spread long balls, as again we fail another one out to the right. Almost literally talk that into existence as they now come down their left hand side. This guy's absolutely shooting past people. I might try and crack a long shot, but a miscommunication there, and we do get it half clear. We pick it up again on the halfway line, but we come down the right hand side this time, and then they move centrally. Cracking pass, what's Troy's finishing like? Pretty decent, pretty powerful, but Fofana has just been incredible this season's behind it. Hopefully we can survive this corner and survive a little onslaught here. Probably will be that. Yeah, off it goes. Another long throw in here, Maras into Brereton. The back to Maras, going to put in another cracking cross as he gets to the touchline. Oh, didn't probably go to exactly how he planned it from his cross. We do get a header on target, but was never troubling the keeper. That doesn't look to be the end of the highlight. They lump it forward. Hughes does win it back to Brereton, hopefully. He can just slip a through ball, chucks out to Ramirez. Does get there before the fullback. Can he finish? Yes, he can. Posting in a good pass and a good finish. Was a bit worried that that pass was going to get cut out initially and they might stage a counter attack, but Benito does get there, heads in the box and never look back. Cracking finishing off the post as we see it again. Collins a big mistake there. And yeah, exactly where you'd want to put your shot. 2-0. Have a throw in our half now. Lump one into the box. It was always going to be a goal from the way I could see that ball going. He's going to get there first. The keeper was going to be in no man's land, and we've got a 1-goal lead now to protect in the final 15 minutes. And hopefully we can do so. Here from Benito. Will we win it? No, the keeper punches it out. We get it back out to Benito. Can we at least make this our highlight? Harris chucks in another cross, headed clear. I'm just worried that something of this will end up being theirs, and what was a 2-goal lead and a nice start to European life falls flat all of a sudden. But we're moving it well round here as Maras gets ahead again. Might need to tell him to defend in a second because he's still bombing forward, and I don't want to get caught out because of that. Keeps knocking it between him and Fernandez. It is cleared, and now this is what I was worried about. They stage a counter. Oh, there's way too much room, and this is the exact space I was talking about. Can Fofana bail us out? Yes, he can. And I'm straight acting on this now because, again, it's another thing I've spoken to existence. We'll see what happens here as the highlight still hasn't died. It looks like a foul, so yeah, I'm going to make that change there. He's only on support, but that's not happening anymore. Both can go and defend in these final 5 minutes. Hopefully not concede another and see this game out. We managed to, what was looking incredibly nervy, or was looking incredibly comfortable and then became nervy. The job is done nonetheless. We start our European adventure with 3 points away to Pleasant. It's a great start. I don't know what else happened in our group. Luzerne beat Alexandria. I do know Luzerne, team from Switzerland. But I forget where Alexandria are from. They're probably going to be, I won't go as far as whipping boys. I don't know enough to say that with chest, but they're probably going to be the team that struggle the most in this group. So I'll be back for, I believe it is the game against them. I'll just check the schedule quick. Yes, it is at home to Alexandria. So I'll see you for that one. So we're back for the second game here against Alexandria, who you can see now from Ukraine. And it says there's barely any statistical data on them. So yeah, God knows how good they'll be, but I don't imagine most of their players will even exist on this game. So I'll have a look to my team selection. But they would if I had a bigger kind of, what do you call them, like database in the first place. But it's only so big my poor little laptop can take. So yeah, I mean, I've left it on cautious. That's probably not necessary unless, of course, we are struggling to break him down. But I'll leave it on that for now as it generally serves us quite well. So hopefully this one can go better than the first game. We'll throw in here down their right hand side, our left. It also Okay, we're 1-0 down. That kind of deserves to happen after that failure in speech from me. Yeah, poor start, really awful start. But I forgot to mention the fact that we did actually lose to Dijon between the Victoria Pleasant in this game as well. So yeah, an awful game we just played and an awful start to this one. We'd have a throw in with Maras again. Hopefully he chucks in one of his great crosses. He does. It is headed clear. Can we pick up the pieces? Hughes can. Just look to use it safely now, and he does. One's its way into the feet of Fernandez. The midfielders are moving it around between them. Let's go to Maras, who will look to cross again. Ball cross though is blocked. Alexandria get the ball back. I don't know what that was. It was an attempt at a pass from their right back. As we now go down the right instead with Kalulu. Can he find a cross? No. Van der Peer maybe can. It's loose. And it is a top save from the keeper, but Benito does need to be doing better from what was about 10 yards. And yeah, still 1-0 down. They do thunder it down the right now. That's defeated Hughes. Sorry, I've got a fucking problem with my neck. Is that now down the left? Does skip past his man? Can he get any further up the pitch? Does find its way to defeat Maris again. We see another cross from him, maybe better than the last few. Got to get across in there, but it's now to Fernandez. Back to Maris. That's a speedy cross. And Onzak does miss a chance there to turn home across as he loves to do, usually with his head. But Luzerne do take the lead against Prison there. Probably deserve this also for bad mouthing Alexandria, saying they're probably going to be the team that struggles the most as we're struggling against them. So very poetic, but not what I want to be seeing. We approach half time, and there it is. So yeah, I need to work out what to do at half time really, how to turn this game around, as currently it's not going our way. Hughes here. Head down the centre now out to the left. Maris bombs forward again. Seems so much goes through Onzak and Maris. The cross does get across, and Benito again needs to be doing better there. Gone out the thing if Brereton was on, he would have scored one of Benito's chances at least. Ball goal kick from them straight to our centre back. Ivanovic is now we head through the centre, and I don't know what that is from Fernandez. I told him to shoot on sight, but bloody hell, didn't expect to see that. It seems like shoot on sight, which I did put on at half time, and I heard someone online say it's not like so much a cheat code in terms of victories, it just literally does get you a load more shots, and you think you can't score without shooting. So besides the odd time you'll see Fernandez crack awful strikes like that, I don't see what harm it can do, as Benito finally does put his foot through one of his finishes and finds the top corner, a great strike. We do pull level against Alexandria here. Seems the very minor tweaks made at half time, which literally was that instruction, I believe. I don't know if we're on positive before, but we are now, and just told Maris to be on wing back attack instead of support. Seems to have had an effect, although we did have chances in the first half too. Yeah, we have pulled level, and hopefully we can get a winner here. Very good here from Benito. We'll find the head of someone. It is cleared, but we might be getting a penalty here. See what the ref says. He's given a penalty, but it probably will go to VAR, and we'll see what's done. It is a penalty. So a cheap way to maybe take the lead here. It will be Tiaro steadies himself. And pretty awful pen, to be honest, but he hits it at least with a bit of power, so West gives yourself a better chance, and it does sneak past the keeper. He stays centrally, and it only just goes to his side out. He doesn't get a hand, so I'm not really sure. But nevertheless, we are 2-1 up, and yeah, hopefully you can just see this one out after the awful start to the game we had. Another wide free kick here from Benito, absolutely lumps it in. Hughes gets his head to it. And he gets his head to those a lot, and they always seem to get there just before the keeper, and you've got an open goal, and it's the crossbar, which obviously is the way they've coded it into the game. It does make it look like quite a bad miss in the end, as all you have to do is literally get it on target. But we do get the win we were looking for, 2-1 like the Victoria Prison game too. So 6 points in the first two games, I believe. Luzerne have done that too. So I will show you that final game of the first round of fixtures in the Europa Conference League in real life. But yeah, Euro Cup 2 on the game. As Luzerne were winning, did throw it away, so I thought it would be a kind of 6 point versus 6 points crunch clash, but nevertheless they are undefeated. So yeah, I'll show you the final game from the first round of fixtures, and that'll be that probably for another month, won't be. Back for our third and final game this episode, the last of the first round of fixtures in the Europa League. We do have Luzerne. I've gone full strength, the only other unbeaten team in our group. I mean, I was going to go full strength anyway for all the European games. But speaking of full strength, it's something I've kind of struggled to kind of also replicate in the league. I keep almost having second string squads playing, and it has led to another loss when we've just played Saint Etienne then. So kind of succumbing to the age-old kind of dilemma that most new teams to European competitions do, and that's how to balance your squad and expectations in both. And I'm currently failing on the league front, so if we can get a win here, it maybe gives us a bit more leeway to try and use better teams in the league, so we can hopefully get some wins there as well. But ignoring the league for 2 seconds, we do have this game against Luzerne, and yeah, hopefully we can stay unbeaten through the first 3 games. So half time, no highlights. I mean, we're bound to have one of these games at some point. you've not really, unless you've caught it right at the start, been able to see the formation, but it might as well be 9 defenders and 2 strikers with the way it's played. They've had no shots, less possession, the passes ain't being completed well, only a corner. So, really not much. Well, they're not showing anything coming the other way. May give us a bit more leeway to step up the positive, but hopefully we can do something to try and break them down. I'm trying to make all the tweaks I could to try and make something happen in that game, but couldn't do anything. I mean, 15 shots. They finished without a shot, which kind of says it all. They turned up, not to try and win at all. So, literally nothing I could do. We were bound to get a 0-0 at some point. It's nice to end the episode on a snooze fest. Cheers for that, Luzerne. But, nothing I could do about what was, literally like a back 9. So, Plizen and Alexandra at least don't play that way. So, hopefully, when it comes to playing them again, we can get less boring games. But, yeah, as for when I come back, I'll work out the schedule quick. It might be Alexandria, and then we'll see who have in the cup. So it might be those 2 games there. The only game apparently in November. I think this is it is of the Qatar World Cup. So that kind of throws everything in a tears, and you have a massive break. So maybe actually I can't show you that and then the cup games. They're so far apart. So it'll probably be Plizen and Alexandria, and then I'm not sure when I'll come back after that. It's an early or easy cup game there. I'll play that at my own time and maybe come back for if the round after that's harder. But yeah, again, a return from like a month layoff, and again, I can only apologise. I am hopeless when it comes to this, finding the time, and it's just tough for me. So, nevertheless, I've done it. So, hopefully, the next one isn't in a month. But yeah, if you have stuck through, cheers, and hopefully it is less than a month when I next see you. But thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.